so you can see what we'll be making within the tutorial. In terms of inspiration, I think it's been constructed, I don't know where, but it's kind of like a real bridge that's been constructed combined with a bit of my own like twist on it. So I'll just hopefully you guys get the idea of it. Rather basic, to be honest. I mean, a lot of it's repetition. So in terms of doing the tutorial, I think we should begin now. Okay, so I'm presuming as you are going to be building a bridge that you have some type of river or canyon or I don't know, whatever, some area where you want to put the bridge in. So starting off, we'll create the, I don't know, what could you call these, the foundations, basically the points where the bridge would actually be kind of slotted in. So these are really easy. I'll just show you a quick example. The good thing about this bridge is you don't have to, you know, there's no maths involved, so that's kind of what you want to do, but on your seabed, and then just build up however high you want to go. Let me just check the map to see how high we are. 7 sounds good. So I'm going to be doing this 7 tall, and I mean it works for well, basically any length, any height, and how about this? I'll just quickly give you a rundown of how far it is from the waterbed if you want to build an exact replica. In fact, let me pull up my map just so I can show you how wide this little tutorial river is. So it starts at 194 and it is until 106. So that's about 82-ish, 80, I don't know, 92. That improvised maths though. So it's 12 from the water edge, 10 to the next one. This one's going to be roughly in the middle of your river, just by eye. So let me see if, yeah, 7, sweet. So this is my first tutorial. If you have any ideas that you, oh, for God's sake, if you have any ideas of what I could build, then feel free to leave a comment. Oh, obviously, if another YouTuber hasn't, or YouTube channel hasn't covered it, then there's an increased chance of me building it. So, because you know, if I was to do something that was similar, then obviously I would just be called a copycat. But at least I'm not Corrales, robbing other people's designs and getting millions of subscribers from it. Oh, these ones are too high. There we go. So the struts are done, or let's just call them struts. I don't think in real life they have to be called struts. However, I'm just going to call them struts for the sake of this video. Now, this bridge, unfortunately, is very quartz orientated, so if you did want to change the pattern up, then go for it. The stairwells I'm not going to do. When I showed it before, there was stairwells on the side, and obviously there's no motorway bridge, so we're just going to have to, you know, go with the flow. So now what I'm going to do is, or hopefully what you're going to do is, you're going to basically go from, in my real bridge, I would do this a lot higher because I've got connecting to a motorway, so keep that in mind. If you want to copy this bridge, you know, exactly, then I highly recommend you don't. This is more so just to give you the idea. You can then go put it to your specific needs, and then we can all say happy days. So this is the kind of floor almost, or the part where the foundations to the road would be. So I might cut this out simply because, as you can see, it's just going to be a lot of filling in. And I do want to keep this tutorial as short as possible, just so it's not hours long. In fact, I think I will cut it here. Hopefully you get what you're doing. If not, then I'll just explain it once again. Basically, you are just going from here, from, let's call it point A to point B, just filling it in. So you have this kind of, you know, large area covered. If you don't understand what I mean, then just wait until I've, you know, cut to the next part, and then I'm sure you'll be able to understand it. Okay, hopefully I can understand the editing, because this will be my first time. Something I just did quickly was calculate how long the bridge is. I said 82, and I just kind of rushed it, guessed it in my head. It was 89, so my apologies for that kind of quick, what would the word be? Guesstimate, I guess. I mean, I didn't it wasn't accurate, I didn't aim to be accurate, I just did it. Anyway, so if you're watching, then you'll see what we're doing now. Silly me, I started talking about something irrelevant. Well, kind of important, but not too important. So the next step, all you're gonna do is kind of put a diagonal and then go along. You're gonna do 2 of these. Actually, no, 3 of these. Let's go with 3. As I said, this bridge, it's kind of, the rules are very simple. The rules of it, you know, it doesn't take. I mean, it's kind of like freestyle, I guess. You can customize it however much you wanted. Say, for example, if you wanted it to be really kind of sharp, then you could do 4. Actually, it would kind of be classed as 4. The if I can talk when I'm doing it by 3. Jeez, my apologies. Hopefully that isn't that loud. I'm still ill. I still got a cough. 2 weeks on. So, I'm just gonna copy this on to the other side. Jeez, I've got a lot of editing to do. Okay, so we're now doing the kind of sidewalky paths, whatever you could call them. So these are really simple. You've got 3 slabs, one called stone brick slab, and then you've got a glass pane. This is gonna be kind of like road barrier, I guess you could call it. And that is, I quite like the idea of how I incorporated it. I don't know if you saw on the bridge before or can remember, but it had this kind of road barrier, and the stone slabs are just simply for decoration, and then the glass panes. I don't know, I think glass panes on bridges are kind of like a modern idea. I don't know if there is actual like bridges that do have glass on them. In fact, I think there is one in London. Yeah, just make sure that was correct and I wasn't doing over the stone slab area. I can't remember what it was called, but apparently I think it's famous for wiggling. So we'll just call it the Dancing Bridge of London. And it's really modern and it's got glass going along the sides on the walkway. Okay, so you've got 3 slabs and then this stone slab. As I said before, it just, as much detail as you can incorporate into your builds, it's totally different. I mean, to be honest, it's kind of worth spending an extra 5, maybe 10 minutes just going around your building, seeing if you can add anything. For example, my skyscrapers, I always like to add icon units. I don't know what they're called. But I think that icon units, the kind of like fans you see on top of office buildings, simply because when you're flying around, if there's really plain roofs, then it just looks boring in comparison to flying around with a bunch of, you know, just extra added detail. So I will quickly fill this in on the other side. What I think I'm going to do is, because this bridge is symmetrical, mostly I will concentrate on this side, copy it over, and then, you know, you can see what I've done, just in case I am not too clear. Okay, and then to finish this step off, what you do is, let me see, and then boom. So now, if you I'll do it on the other side, just in case you didn't see. So what this does is it kind of looks like a road barrier, the type you'd find on motorways, or, well, I don't think bridges do actually have road barriers on. I'd imagine they do, just to protect the cars from slamming into the poor sods on who is standing on the bridge if there was a crash. Something I forgot to add, which is probably the most important thing I should have said in the intro, is okay. I'll just instead of chatting, I'll just show you how you do this. So you go block over. It can be facing anywhere, and then you want to do it so it's upside down. Yeah. If you were to, say, for example, make a video showing this off, then please just, you know, say you got it off a tutorial, and then say, you know, Jack's Wire Goings as the channel creator thing. Next step we're doing is the road, just whilst I'm chatting, simply because I've just started. You can do black or grey. I prefer grey wool just because it looks more like the bridge is being used. But if you fancy black wool more, or if that's connecting with your roadways or your motorway or whatever, if you like mine, then, you know, that's cool. Basically, do whatever you are happy with. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not to worry. I just I was freaking out then. Yeah. So give me a shout out, even if you aren't a big YouTuber yourself. You know, I'm sure then you'll see or realise how hard it is to get subscribers. So even if you can just point a few people in my direction, then that's a few more people, isn't it, at the end of the day? So then I'm happy, you're happy because you got an awesome bridge out of it, and I've possibly gained a few more viewers. So what I just realised is this might be not as big as how you would do your roads. So if they aren't, then all you got to do is change the amount of diagonals you have. Say, for example, if your roads are 3 wide, then you would simply go to so it was just 1 diagonal stance. 1. Actually, no, you wouldn't. I don't know. I'm not going to bother, as you can tell from before. My improvised maps isn't very great. I'm just going to have a quick sip of Oasis. I'm still very thirsty from the weekend. It's weird. I drink quite a lot of milk, and I don't know if milk, I mean, it's definitely a liquid, but I don't think it's very good for filling you up, or at least making you undehydrated. Because I mean, I pretty much only drink milk. In fact, I've got an Oasis right now. Actually, I have the occasional American viewer, so I have a question. I mean, totally random. Do you have Oasis in the American, the United States of America? The American. I was gonna say the American United States. My apologies. So, what we're gonna do in the middle is have the kind of big diagonally thing. You know, one of the main parts of. Sorry, that okay. I thought we were gonna have two in the middle. I don't know what I'd done before. Yeah, so that kind of big modern looking arch thing, this is where this is gonna come in. I'm gonna cut away at this part just because I'm filling in the bridge, so see you in a bit. Okay, welcome back. So we now have the road filled in, the sideway kind of pavement, I don't know what it would be called, the side of the bridge, and then the strut things. Une le bottom. I'm so mature. So, what you want to do is, if you want to be like me and have a large one pointing up and then a smaller one, I mean, it's kind of freestyly. What you want to do is just go up to any area. Notice how I've not filled this middle bit in. It's simply because I wanted to show I am building this live. So I'm gonna go up to here, I think. Nice kind of width. Also, what you want is I recommend a clay or a wool. Basically, whatever your favourite colour is. And what you're gonna do is, how about nah, actually, I'm gonna make it too wide. What you do is boom, 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 and now you'd move them over, and then it'd go 1, 4, 5. See, so you have this diagonal going up. Whilst we're at it, we may as well add the stairs. So you have a stair there and a stair there, just to make it look more kind of diagonal. So on my other bridge, I did it 9 times. Feeling German. Iron. Don't know what the fuck that was. So I think we will have it 9 times on this bridge as well. Jesus Christ, once I can place the blocks. So, fill in the stairs. Hopefully I'm being clear enough. Obviously I'm going to test this. Okay, so that's 4 and that is 5. Problem. I'm just going to ignore it. Is this 5? Because it looks slightly... yeah. Oh, I think it's because the star makes it look as if it's slightly... looks like it's 4. Okay. So, hopefully this is getting clear. I could probably skip this, but I do want some length to the video. So that's 4. 5. Something I'm dreading that's coming up rather soon is the kind of, what would they be called? The cables that connect the two of them. Actually, looking at where I've positioned this, I think I should probably actually no, I'll do it once more, I think, just because I don't want the cables going off the bridge, because that'd be really, really annoying. So I'm gonna be safe and end it here, I think. Adding stairs. Boom. There you go. Ooh. So here we go. Don't worry about the top bit, just there. We will be making it not so flat in a second. Quick sip of the drink. I'm just going to get my slabs. So for these, it's so annoying. Oh, so you go like that, and then it deletes that one. So then you come here, and you go like that, and then you go like that, and then delete that one. So then you have to go like that. As you can see, rather annoying. So you're gonna make it carry on. If it doesn't fit on the bridge, and I've been newbie enough, then I'll make sure to tell you in the next part, and we'll just chop that bit off. Once, if presuming that does fit, you then go on to the next one, go like that, delete that, boom, boom, boom. Hopefully you get the point. as you can see, very time consuming, or at least it's just annoyingly repetitive, and also you have to keep on deleting it, and it makes me angry and I want to cry. So yeah, I'll just so you understand, keep on doing this little 4 kind of subsection on each part. I can't remember if I did it to the floor, you know, so on this one, as you can see, it'd be very small, but I think I will, just so the middle section looks pretty. I think it should fit, so I'm gonna quickly fill this in, so I shall see you whenever this is done. So as you can see, we now have them connecting. I know this looks really derpy. If I was going to build this not as a quick inspirational video, just so you can see how I did it, then I would probably put it more so there, just so it can be higher, and also it doesn't look as kind of mid-centered. This is about, you know, this copy is about 20 blocks smaller than what I built it on my actual city, so that's why the scaling is a bit messed up. So what I want to quickly do is basically on the other side, you recreate another one of the slants. Also, what I've done is I've extended up by one over here, just to give it a bit of just so it looks slightly better. This is just a kind of quick tutorial one, that's why it's not great. So I'm going to quickly cut away. Yeah, I know it's bad, I don't even know how I made my own. And I'm going to see how you did the, how I do the weird slanty things, and how I did the buttery biscuit base of the top of the slant. So I shall see you in a secondo. Okay, so I've just came back to check, and I just wanted to show you what I would have done, or just show you what I did. So as you can see, it's a lot taller, it's a lot longer, and this short base, what I think we will do is, as you can see, it's got quite a lot added on, just give it a bit of height. So I think we shall add another 1 or 2 of the kind of plain ones. Yeah, so this is what I was getting confused about, this kind of base thing. So I mean, this is confusing me. So you've got this last section, so you've got the stair there. I mean, I'm going to have to basically remember this. So it looks like what I'll do is go out 2, and then the top has stairs going around, and then the top of that has stairs, and then a block. Okay, hopefully I can remember that all without screwing up. So I shall quickly go and go back on the tutorial. Okay, so I just had a phone call, rather awkward, so I had to quickly answer that. So it was something like this. Let me also get the clay out, something like that, and then here it would be 1, 2, 1, 2, and boom. And then on top of this, we had stairs. Oh, if you can spot any mistakes, because I'm sure I have made one, then actually no, it looks all right. Yeah, I mean that looks pretty fucked up. So just change that a bit, and then let's quickly go on the clay, and boom. Okay, so that's how you do the top. You know what, I'm just gonna pretty much do all that freestyling, and I'm going to start the kind of, let's call it slant Mark 2. You know, they had the other slants going down it. That looks pretty messed up, so let me change that. I can't do a corner block. There you go. Okay, we're gonna change this one up a bit. There we go. Yeah, sweet. Okay, never mind. That one has to be a block. Does that one? Yeah. Okay. So I'll do it on this side. I mean, this you can kind of freestyle. You just go down. You know, whatever. Actually, something I should do is just see how many we have to go down. So 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11-ish. So I'm gonna have to shorten these from a 4 to. Actually, let me see how high we are. So I can work out roughly how long these need to be going. So 42. Yeah, so if we do it 3, then it will have more than enough room be popping out the side. So this is just like the other one. Well, not exactly like it, because you're not going diagonally up, but you're just going to go like this. You can't make a mistake on this, it's pretty easy. I mean, it looks complicated, especially that roof. I mean, even I forgot how I did it. But this, kind of once you get the swing of it, maybe if you have to watch this video a few tries, I would definitely, well, I should apologise for how newbie this may be, if I'm not being clear enough, for example. This is my first tutorial, so mistakes are bound to happen. First time editing, so if, I mean, I've wrote down all the different times that I have, you know, said I'm going. I'm just going to extend this one. When you get to a zone where you want to start dragging it down, then just turn it in on itself, like this. 2, 3, and even if it's just a block, oh for God's sake, there we go, you'd go like that, just to keep the pattern going. You then fill in whatever secondary colour you chose. We are going to add stairs on this also. Yeah, so let me quickly grab the stairs. If I'm not being too clear, then basically all you have to do is just leave some criticism. You know, I don't mind you calling me shit. Because oh, okay, I'm not gonna bother with that one. Nah, or that either. Yeah, so I mean, I'm bound to make mistakes. It's my first try, but hopefully I've been clear enough. Some other tutorials I was thinking of doing is my dad's came up with a really nice survival farm, unlike any of the ones that are currently on YouTube. That looks really fucking ugly, I'm not gonna lie on this one. The dimensions are really messed up. What we'll do is we'll just add a bit of this, just to fatten it up, basically. I mean, I know from the back it looks ugly. Now it looks too fat. To be honest, I think this is a lost cause. So how about I'll fatten this bit out. I know this roof thing isn't too pretty, as in it's really not pretty. However, well, you try doing this big bridge thing, it's fucking relatively hard, just the way I like it. Yeah, so I'll quickly copy that thing onto here, try sorting out the roof, or the kind of top platform, just because, I mean, I'm not happy with that. Oh, So you picky YouTube viewers won't be happy with it. So I'll go change that up a bit, and then see you in a second. Okay, so we're really close to finishing this bridge off. Feel like I need to cough, so all we gotta do is pretty much put them on the one over here. I did add that extra one. In fact, I might add another quick layer looking at it, just to improve the looks. To be honest, I wish I'd taken more time in this video and, you know, did it more like the original one, simply because this one in comparison isn't too great. I think it's just because it's shorter, and I don't like the position where I put them. I mean, there really should have been more kind of, so the slant started here where this is, but I mean, it's all part of the learning progress. As Henry Ford once said, let's see if I can remember this statement. I saw it in business studies today. Let me see. It was something about failure. Let me quickly Google it, just because it was a brilliant statement and fits in really nicely. Henry Ford failure quote. Okay, any second now. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligent. I really like that, and it's kind of exact example of this. To be honest, I did fail, or I feel like I failed, simply because it's not the prettiest. I mean, this was basically just showing you how I did it. So, you know, you could take the inspiration and construct something that looks like it in your cities. In fact, I'm not going to bother with these backtails. I mean, all you got to do is put on the same roof and then the same stance, because I've got to jump in, record this, finish off the top of the parking lot in Swagsville City, and then I want to possibly film a episode of that. Basically, I'm just going to construct some cars or some lorries or whatever on the motorway, like I said I would last episode. So I'm going to call this the tutorial over. Now I'm going to be cheeky, and the screenshot for the video is going to be of the other bridge, simply because, let's be honest, this one isn't the fanciest. Actually, whoa, calm down, Jack. I almost left you without the full picture. So, I'm going to have to take some drugs and be able to see in the dark, right? So, let's just go up here. Oh, that was really convenient. It's right underneath it. I swear to God, that wasn't supposed to happen so freaking or so awesomely. So let's make it free, and then boom. This just adds like a kind of shark fin, I guess. Or I want to call it a shark fin, just because that sounds pretty cool. But yes, this is kind of like the shark fin of leverage. So it's just, you go like that, and then you fill in like that. So then, let me drink some milk, because now the drugs are being annoying. Okay, now you can't really see it, but but you know, it kind of adds this extra little curve. So yeah, hopefully you like this. I mean, hopefully this gives you an idea of how I did it, not this is exactly how I did it. If you are watching this first, like what I normally do, I watch the tutorial first before I actually construct it. Then, or what I do is I skip to the end just so I can see what the end product is like. If they don't show it at the start, I mean I did, but just in case some people did. Basically I didn't like this section here being so close to the middle, So if you are building it, I would recommend maybe even here. I mean, as I said, this bridge requires no maths. I've given you the basic idea. If you want me to go into greater detail, then I guess I'll have to jump back on and sort it out. So I'm gonna